Hey everyone, welcome to the week in DSP. This is for the week of February 25th, 2019. We start off kind of where I left last week, which was as I was recording last week's week in DSP, I saw the video from Review Tech USA, who put out a video talking about our best buddy, Darkside Phil, and his interactions with the Apex Legends composer. So I thought that was a good start to the week because Phil has had a little bit of an off and on with Rich of Review Tech USA. There was a Q&A Patreon video that got leaked where Phil was bad-mouthing him behind his back, and Rich has, to his credit, not Phil's credit, has defended Phil, talked about Phil's masturbation scenario, explained it being an accident, and doesn't really hold it against him, but does point out that, that it was news or whatever. And Phil was just so quick to jump on him. He's like, oh, all he does is clickbait drama for whatever. And I'm paraphrasing a little bit there. There might be more of a history between the two. I just find it really funny that Review Tech USA would go after Phil and or not even go after Phil, but just even comment on what Phil did, and because his channel is much more successful than Phil's, in my opinion. Actually, that isn't even a point of opinion. It is demonstrable fact because Rich almost has 900,000 YouTube subscribers. I mean, he's on his way towards 1 million. It's just really funny to see these guys, Rich, Mundane Matt, and Phil, all kind of throwing daggers at each other every once in a while because they all feel like the same person. Rich has done some pretty scummy things in the past. I mean, the whole Cameragate scenario. I'm trying to paraphrase like some minor interactions between these three, but I mean, these guys are almost basically the same fucking human being. But so Phil was asked about the video in his Twitch stream, and you would think that this would be good news to Phil, like he'd be happy to hear about this, because that means almost 1 million people heard about Phil's interaction with the Apex Legends composer, and that's just from Rich's numbers. I mean, minus any overlap in the audience. But I mean, there could have been other gaming news channels who covered it. I don't know if the Quartering did a video on it or not, if Keemstar did anything on it, but you'd think that that was the kind of drama. I mean, this is good drama. You know, Phil he used it as his platform to talk about how fucking busted the YouTube system is and, chastise the composer for using such a broken program that costs content creators like Phil their livelihood. But when he was asked about it, he just said, you know what? RTU is a dumb fuck drama queen. So Rich is chasing drama and Phil's calling people toxic. What else is new in the universe? Am I right? I mean, I don't know if that's really huge news, but I mean, I would say when you have a channel that's, 5 times Phil's YouTube audience, that it's pretty big news to have someone talk you out. I mean, if I get mentioned, like, fuck, I go fanboy whenever Memeology mentions me in a video, gives me a shout out or a credit. Even you guys have been on the streams where I've had Secret Life of DSP there, and when he compliments me, I get a little giddy. You know, these are larger channels, more talented individuals who are giving me credit. So, I mean, I could see if you're not a fanboy how you'd be upset, but I don't know. Phil could have turned this around into a positive experience. God damn it. I'm using DSP-isms to describe DSP. But instead, he just turned it around and tried to make it like, that anyone who criticized anything that he said is a detractor and a drama queen and any other negative insult that he could have thrown that guy's way. Monday was also Phil's day off, and there was this great post from Kiwi Farms. I want to say it was Bears and Trees who put this together. And what they did was, and this is really, really fantastic, and you guys should see it on your screen if I didn't fuck up the editing. But he took Phil's day off tweet, and then he went through and compiled it with all of his other day off tweets for the last year and a half. So even past beyond what I've been following Phil. But there's such an amazing trend here that he wants you to look out for. My first day off from streaming, exclamation point. Had a great day off and a fun birthday celebration, exclamation point. Fun day off today, exclamation point. Great day off. And great is in all caps. Really great day off. Really in all caps. He really likes his days off. That's why he fucking tweets about them so much. And that's why he's so enthusiastic in his messages. So, hard to say that it's news. Phil takes days off every week. We know. Sometimes he'll take entire weeks off, as we saw back in December. But I thought this was an excellent post for someone who went through, did all the research, and compiled it together. And all I get to do is just bring it to you. But I'm not going to take Bears and Trees credit. So if you do have a Kiwi Farms account, I guess you can go and hit the like button on the post. I don't think there's brigading rules on Kiwi Farms like Reddit. I don't know. Josh, please don't sunset me. Now, when Phil got back to streaming on Tuesday, he was only streaming for the Tuesday day stream because supposedly he had to work on his taxes Tuesday night and even potentially Wednesday night as well. Now, what's interesting about on his very first stream here, according to Sparklator, and I didn't have time, unfortunately, to go back and find this actual clip. If anyone does have the clip, I can put it in a separate video, or I can retweet it if you want to tweet it to me. But Darkside Phil says he writes off microtransactions as a business expense. So this is interesting, and I have no reason to doubt Sparklator's comments on this. I mean, this is the person who went through and confirmed that Phil was a valedictorian. So this person is, I guess, I will vouch for what they say to be credible. I'm just really disappointed that the clip, I don't have the clip to show you guys. But we know it's on the first stream, and we know it's February 26th. We don't know if it's the game stream or the pre-stream. And I really don't want to go through 2.5 hours of Phil content to try to make this week's in DSP video. Otherwise, this video would be late. But getting back to task is, you guys have seen probably the thought audit where you have these women, these girls, older than 18, hopefully, in most cases, who are trading Snapchat in order to get subscriptions to their Twitch channel. And Twitch seems to be A-okay with this, because even today, while I was working, you know, doing actual job office work, I was watching Dr. Disrespect on one of my monitors, and I got recommended Amaranth. So I thought, all right, let's go take a look and see what she's doing today. Well, she's, of course, working out in basically a bikini, and her stream title is Workout Stream Snapchat for Subs. So she has no problem trading something off-site to you if you subscribe to her channel and give her, what, $2.50 a month? She might even be at the $3.50 tier. So it's very clear that she's A-okay. Twitch is A-okay with her doing this. But some of these girls were doing things like, I want to say it was Brittany Venti, but feel free to correct me again, where they got, and I don't know tax lore either, tax law, but the scenario is that Brittany Venti was gifted $30,000 in one donation from someone, and proceeded to take like 3 days off of streaming. But what's the issue with that is, number one, you can only accept like a $10,000 or $20,000 gift from someone, like tax-free. Otherwise, it becomes, I don't even know how they code it, but there's a certain limit to how much money you're allowed to just be given at once in a lump sum before, I guess, I don't know, like income tax comes into play, or estate tax, or whatever it is. But then on top of it, a lot of these streamers, even the IRL stream people, were just not reporting the income they were making from their streams on their taxes. So you have these women who are trading Twitch subs for Snapchat links, so that way you can go and look at their not nude photos that they snap out. And or whatever, their Patreon lewd photo album, cosplay albums, whatever. And some of these women were making money hand over fist. I mean, there's a girl, I think it's a Gundam. Is that the name of his YouTube channel? Or maybe someone reviewed this girl's Patreon, where she's making like $100,000 a month. She doesn't even take off her clothes. All she does is make the Ahego fucked silly face. I can't believe I butchered that pronunciation. So much for speaking Japanese, right? But all she does is put on like cosplay makeup, maybe sometimes the costume, and then she makes it look like the girl is cumming her brains out. And I probably just got demonetized for saying that. But like doesn't even take off her clothes or anything, and she's making like $100,000 a month. So just to go to show like how much fucking money these people are making and not reporting. And then on the flip side, you have Phil, who's getting fucked by taxes, and he's using his taxes as an excuse to not pay tax on so many things. Apparently, even his microtransactions on his WWE game or Clash of Clans or whatever he plays. So, okay, I guess Phil's not that different from a Twitch thought, and what I'm trying to say is I wouldn't be surprised if Phil got thought audited. I mean, he's got to already be on the IRS's radar. I mean, that's why they found out that he hadn't paid taxes for 3 years. There wasn't well, I mean, of course it was an anonymous tip, but I mean, what if it comes across that Phil is writing off not just like microtransactions, but you can't write off non-business expenses, but I wouldn't be surprised if Phil is claiming like 100% of his electric bill, even though the way I understand it is if you are using a portion of your house for your work, then you can only claim like the square footage of that room. So say you have a 3-bedroom house, but you have like a study and you've converted it into an office where you would work from home from, you can only claim that much square footage of that room plus however many hours a day that you're working from it. So, and Phil can't even keep track of 67 plus 7 on his total tip count. So do you really think that Phil, I don't think Phil is accurately breaking down his electricity bill between what devices, all devices in his room, in Kat's room, because he calls her room an office too, and sharing that. No. It's probably just 100%. Oh, how much did I pay in my electric bill last year? Yeah, that's I'm gonna write that off my taxes. I need my electricity to make money. Doesn't matter if some of that electricity is going to my girlfriend playing PS4 Overwatch in the other room, or to keep my refrigerator running downstairs. It's just not the way that it's supposed to be done. But I guess that can also describe everything that Phil does is not in the way that things are supposed to. Instead of streaming longer or trying to upgrade his stream, he just gets rid of this show, gets rid of that aspect, streams less, and gets lazier and lazier and lazier. So it's a weird inverse property where instead of most other people, myself included, where you try to upgrade the technology that you have. Like I just got my new monitor today, so now I should be able to stream Switch without having to use the fucking Elgato capture. But that's a story for another time. But now I can do it all in one sitting. I'm basically making a command center here. It's pretty fucking cool. On Phil's side, like he won't upgrade anything unless you outright buy it for him and send it to him. Or send him the money and tell him exactly what to buy, and only if he thinks and agrees that that's a business expense that he should put his money towards. Otherwise, he's going to take that fucking money from you and just put it right towards his bills. I mean, we saw this happen last year where someone was like, oh, here, Phil, here's $60. I'd really like you to play this game. I can't remember the specific case. I want to say it's happened more than once. But he goes, oh, as I said before, I'm not playing that game. I'll just put that towards my bills. Thank you so much. Just complete scumfuckery, man. And instead of trying to talk about like making new overlays, getting new emotes, getting new music, nope, only if it's free. and only if I want to, does not care what his audience wants or what potential new subscribers to his channel would be looking out for. But I mean, I can go down this rabbit hole for a while, but I mean, taking your microtransactions off of your taxes is a huge fucking oopsie, a big red flag. I don't even know what expense, like how you would put that in. Maybe this is why he pays so much for CPA. He tells this guy, oh yeah, I spent $6,000 on Clash of Clans. And the guy like takes that and cooks the books a little bit. So it comes out like I spent $6,000 on advertising costs for my business or something. So that way it's like in-game ads or something like that. So that's why it's appropriate and Phil hasn't been audited. How much money is he spending on fucking microtransactions that he thinks that it's significant enough that he would report it and take it off? So Wednesday, I guess Phil, I missed this stream. So, Phil was talking about, when he was going to go visit his parents because supposedly they're dying. And then he walked it back and it's like, no, they're not dying, but they're getting old. And I don't know when I can get out there again. And how he all of a sudden like fast tracked that trip all the way up from the summer to April. About the time that you've been asking for the 16,000, I mean, 20,000, I mean, 30,000. I mean, I don't know how much I owe many dollars. But it was during this stream where he was talking about where he was going to go, what he's going to do, how he might lose the condo. He also confirmed that he wasn't going to go during his birthday week because he deemed the birthday week to be a lucrative time to stream. He's going to use his birthday exactly how he used it last year and celebrate it for an entire week like a fucking teenage girl. And then he's going to make it a fundraiser too. This is going to be the final push to pay his taxes, is his birthday week, which is the week before the 15th when we're supposed to file here in the United States. Now, last year's birthday celebration with Darkside Phil was just before I had made the Lightside Bill YouTube channel. But what was really great about this event, my favorite part, and I think one of the most memeable parts of the fucking birthday event, was the cake that Kat made him. Was this chocolate peanut butter cake, which kind of looked pretty good when you looked at the Instagram shot. But when he got a slice and put it on camera and you could see the inside of it, it did not look super great. And Phil did not do a very good job of convincing me and a lot of us other detractors how good that cake was. Because look at the cringe face he makes when he shuffles it into his fucking face. And then after every bite, and I'm not exaggerating, every bite of his single slice, he had to take a drink of water to wash it down. He was not savoring the taste of this cake whatsoever. He wanted to get it in and cleanse his palate right away so he didn't have to taste it anymore. And it must have smelled bad or something because he got up and set the plate in the fucking hallway. I think it's so funny. I think it was Soap Queen who compared it to acting like a sim, because Sims in the game Sims, when they're done with something, they'll just fucking throw it on the floor and leave it there. Oh, I have to go take care of the baby and I was in the middle of eating dinner. Well, dinner's going to go on the fucking floor. I don't have time to set it on the counter or on the table. For some reason, I was eating it standing up or in a weird spot, which is another thing that happens in The Sims. Oh, you made a dining room table for me to eat my food in? Well, I'm going to go sit on the couch and eat on the couch. And that's kind of like what Phil was like with his cake. He comes, sits on his couch, eats it, gets up, and can't be fucking asked to take it all the way downstairs and throw it away or put it in the sink. I think it was on a paper plate anyways, too, so no sink anyway. But no, we gotta go and set it in the hall and close the door because the smell will bring my mood meter down. Okay, we need to. I might make the thumbnail, or I might just Photoshop Phil with a fucking Sims trying or diamond over his head. So I hope Cat makes him another cake, and I hope that he chokes on it, not to death, but I hope he has to get it in his mouth and he has to rinse it down with water, and he has to just make the excuse, oh, it's so rich, it's so rich, I need the water to help get it down, it's so rich. Actually, that might be Phil's best acting I've ever seen, ever. I mean, seriously, guys, if you haven't seen the video, go check it out. I'll see if I can't link it in here or link it in the description. So one of my favorite posters on Kiwi Farms made this great post, and it has such a great connotation to it. They were looking back at from about 2 months ago, back in December, to now at Phil's Twitter schedules, and you know how at the bottom of his schedule he has like a little blurb that's center aligned, that where he describes like, guys, I need your support. I got this coming up. I got that coming up. I'm afraid I can't pay my bills for January. I'm not going to be able to buy food. I'm not going to be able to buy games. I mean, like, these are like 6-7 sentence long paragraphs sometimes. So, well, we got someone who compiled all the day off tweets. We got Kama who did the work and compiled all of the schedule begging tweets, which he coined the term begules in his head. And I really, really like this term. And I might try to force this meme. And every time I see Phil put this at the bottom of his schedule, it's a begule. Every time he asks for money or a Teespring or a tip, at the bottom of his Twitter schedule, it's a begule. So thank you, Kama, for doing the work for that and coining such an excellent phrase. Thursday night, the end of January, we got this at the end of Subnautica for whatever reason. And I mean, it's really strange too, because go look at the video for Mr. Huth stuff. But Phil ended 2 hours of Subnautica gameplay, even when he was being given money to say, hey, Phil, you still need to do this. You can go do this. You can do this. He's like, well, we're going to have to do that for next time. Even though he's already talking about he doesn't like the game because it makes it hard for him to interact with chat. But it could also just be a wage quit, not getting enough money like Minecraft is. People aren't giving me 50 bits at a time to tell me what fish to go catch. So this is really interesting to me because I was talking about this in the previous week in DSP, where as we get closer and closer to February, we just finished February. As we get closer and closer to April, we're going to see more and more kind of begging sort of stuff. And this is just another great chance where he gets to bitch about a whole lot of stuff, talk about all his fears of losing his condo again and his parents dying and that sort of thing. We also got him talking about food and also making more excuses for why he can't exercise. And one of the biggest excuse that he gave was it's Kat's fault that he can't go to the gym late at night because she comes home late. He can't go to bed early because she comes home late. And so that's the only time they have to spend together, and he can't get up early in the morning because he's already staying up so late. He has to get his sleep. So I guess that's why 3 a.m. gin tweets are pretty normal for Phil, because he says he's regularly up till 2 a.m. with Kat, and he can't work out with her in the morning, and He can't work out with her when she goes to work out, and he can't work out during his 3-hour break in between streams. Now, Phil didn't record this to put onto YouTube, and of course he took down the leaderboard for it too, but left up the, oh, please give me a Muxie tip. So it was basically like an impromptu Ask the King. And that really just goes to make me beg the question, why not just do Ask the King all the time? You hate video games. You hate a lot about video game culture. I mean, even going so far as to hate memes, whether they're video game related or not. You hate a lot of aspects of Twitch chat. You don't like people spamming copy pastas. You don't like people spamming emotes. All this. So why not just sit on your ass, talk to chat, which is the only time that you make any money anyways, is when you're doing these kind of like post-game random streams, hangout streams, IRL streams, and your pre-streams is where you make the most money. So why not just capitalize on that and do it all the time? It's really easy. Then you don't have to spend money on games. You don't have to spend money on consoles. You don't have to get frustrated or angry or anything. You can just sit and bitch about detractors and Kat taking up all your free time so you can't go to the gym, even though she somehow finds time to go to the gym. You know, all that. You can bitch about how politics affect you, but don't let people talk about politics. You know, you can still go on your Article 13 rants or whatever. It would be so much easier. I don't know why he doesn't do it. But no, so it wasn't recorded, but I will link you to Mr. Huthstuff's video because he did capture all of it. And I do kind of want to either do... I'll probably do a live stream of it, maybe on Phil's next day off. Or even before like a Phil restream, I'll kind of do it Tevin style, or I'll play it and we can watch the whole 45 minutes together and pause, react, talk, play, pause, react, talk, and go forward from there. So since Thursday is the end of the month, we get Actually, who gives us the end of the month roundup. Big shout out to him for doing this work. But so the thing in the monthly roundup, and he took out a lot of the details in here. I'm sure that he could provide the details if you were really curious. But the big thing is he talks about how much money is in Phil's pocket this month, plus the total amount of money Phil got this month that's going to come to him in April. So the big number is when you take the December subs, the big number because of Emerald 7, add that to Patreon, his YouTube, and his tips, the tips for February, because he gets that this month. Everything else was YouTube was January, and then Twitch is December. So he has in his pocket somewhere from $20,000 to $22,000, depending on his CPM on YouTube. And then for February, he earned, in quotations, anywhere from $7,000 to $9,000. Jesus Christ, if I was making $9,000 a month from playing video games for 6 hours a day, 5 days a week, I would have to fucking work, man. Like, how do you fuck up something like that? Now, I think February might be a lower than average number. I mean, if you compare it versus 2018, I mean, for the money that he's going to get in April is what I'm talking about, not the money that he just got now. But it's still, yeah, because he made $5,600 where he averages $5,800 a month. But February is a couple days shorter, so that could be the discrepancy. But still, $5,000 a month. Still, I mean, that's still pretty good money for playing video games. Not even editing gameplay like a lot of the other big channels do, where they take their gameplay and they condense it down and make it the most hype or whatever it is. Or I don't know if you guys watch Vanoss or Nogla or those guys, but when they play Death Run or Prop Hunt or something, I mean, there's always like extra sound effects or reenactments or something. I mean, it's always really, really funny to me to watch that sort of stuff, and that's some good editing, because those guys must play for hours at a time in order to make a 20-minute hypercut of the gameplay down to just the funniest moments, and then in post editing you have to add like the wah 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 sound effects and everything else that goes into it. So not even doing that kind of work. It's just sit there, play games, drag and drop the file from OBS into YouTube, and that's it. It doesn't touch Adobe Premiere or Sony Vegas or Filmtasia or any of those softwares. Nothing. Just meh, done. So I don't know which YouTube chat this was in. It could even be Tevin's YouTube channel, since Tevin was the one who tweeted this out. But The Drunken Peasants YouTube account confirmed in a YouTube chat that they are having DSP on in mid-March. So something to look forward to in a couple of weeks. It might be 3 weeks until you see the Weekend DSP video on it, but I legitimately cannot wait to see Phil out of his element and on someone else's show where he does not have authoritative control over every single fucking element, can't ban every chatter, can't mute every microphone. It's going to be amazing to see him fucking interacting with just another human being. Gosh, that would make IRL streams of him leaving his house and going grocery shopping that much more entertaining to watch. Can Phil talk to another person? Oh no, Phil can't find the grocery item he's looking for. How will he ask an employee at the store? Is he going to walk up and stare awkwardly at them until they address him first and then get mad when they don't call him sir? I don't know. I think that'd be so fucking funny. We also had this week the important announcement that Vidar Viking is no longer the #1 contributor, the #1 cheerleader of all time to Phil's channel. Infinite 55 has surpassed Vidar Viking on the Twitch leaderboards, knocking Vidar to the #2 spot. And I think I was just talking about this in the previous week in DSP, where even after a year that Vidar's been banned, he hadn't been toppled on the fucking cheerleader board. I mean, I'm glad that Vidar has moved on from DSP. He's woken up from the pignosis, especially after getting fucking thrown under the bus by Phil. But holy shit, that's so much money that other fans of Phil have spent an entire year trying to knock you down and only just now managed to do it. Jeez, man. Saturday's pre-stream got us this wonderful clip from Lipjan. I'm so glad that he clipped this out. It's about a minute and a half. I am going to play it for you guys because we're already past the 30-minute mark. So what's another 90 seconds to that?
You start up a new hobby, whether it means you do volunteer work, whether it means whatever it is. You got to do something constructive and positive and fun. You can't turn it into something disgusting and negative to bring down others. Because when you do something positive and constructive and fun, you create more positivity. When you try to bring others down who are more successful than you just create more negativity and toxicity, you see? And that's the problem. There are entire people out there, their entire existence is based off of toxicity and negativity. I could name some of them who restream me on a daily basis. Their entire existence is negative and toxic. Just think about that. A 100% negative and toxic person. All they do is make fun of others. What the fuck kind of a life is that? And what kind of a person, an immoral, terrible fucking person does that? What kind of a person watches that kind of crap? But these are all the same kind of people. They have these feelings inside of them. Low self-esteem. They feel horrible about certain things. They got to drag down others, right? That's who these people are. You know? I mean, it's awful that these people have this life. They probably have issues. They should probably seek professional help to talk out these issues and realize what they're doing is fucked, you know? But there's thousands upon thousands of people across the globe that this is all they do with their life. It's bad. It's sad, man.
But I guess Phil got baited into talking about negative people again. And he just completely lacks self-awareness to realize how disgusting and negative he is and how he brings others down, brings down people more successful. He says that's what we do when we restream him and make fun of him. Like, this is what our entire existence is. And no, this is not my entire existence. I only make videos weekly. And restreaming is no effort whatsoever. I'm not even going to pretend that it's any effort. I think you guys know that too. It's pull up twitch.tv/darksidephil and start streaming on OBS. I mean, yeah, I think I'm entertaining. Otherwise, you guys wouldn't watch me. But that just comes from, you know, I want to say talent is the right way to say it, but I'm also trying to be humble here too. But instead. I think I replied to this and I said, dude, like all he does is drag down others too. Apex Legends tweets about, I mean, this is the most recent example I can think of. Oh my God, I'm so happy. Within 8 hours of our game going live, we hit 1 million concurrent players on our game. And Phil was so quick to be like, well, you paid them off. You bought them off. Those aren't legitimate players. Like the fucking game company had a very successful launch, and the first thing he wants to do is, well, it's free, so it's going to be shit. It's EA because it's going to be shit, and it's Battle Royale, so it's going to be shit, and I hate it. And then he plays it every Sunday night now. I mean, 6 days a week, you can watch this guy be so fucking negative on everything that happens in video games. Other streamers, other players in the game itself, the developers of the game, more recently, the composers of the game, shitting on YouTube, shitting on Twitch, shitting on other YouTubers, other Twitchers, whether they're restreamers or not, detractors or not, anything. He is just so quick to just completely try to tear down to make himself, I mean, it's just so... projection at this point, actually. I can't finish a fucking sentence because I have like 5 thoughts colliding at the same time here. But no self-awareness, completely projecting how he is onto everyone else around him. Also, I'm thankful to LipJan again, because as soon as the pre-stream was over, we start the game, and Phil hits the record button. He thought it was a good idea to talk to his YouTube audience directly and ask them to leave him a tip because they don't care about bits or subs, but he still wants his money from his audience. So YouTubers, you're probably going to be told that you need to step up again.
By the way, for those of you watching on YouTube, obviously you don't give a crap about cheering or subbing at all. That's fine. However, tipping is still available. I always leave a tips link in the description of my video. I almost never mention that when I play games, so I figure maybe every once in a while now I should start mentioning it because I don't think people are even aware of it. Alright. Trust me, it is much appreciated, any contributions you guys give me, because YouTube revenue is in the toilet. It's so bad these days. I actually looked it up the other day. 1/10 of what I once made on YouTube is what I make now. 1/10. Holy fuck.
Oh, I guess I have one more clip to play from LipJan. I hope I haven't been LipJanning you guys out, but I mean, seriously, go follow this guy. He does a really good job of taking snippets of what Phil says, and I think it's helpful for videos like this to have those clips to break up the monotonous sound of my voice, I suppose. But I saw the screen caps of this. I want to say it was Tevin's Discord where people screen capped the Twitch conversation, but someone basically told Phil, dude, it doesn't feel worth my while to sub to you. It feels like you put out low effort, low energy content. Can you make it more worthwhile? Can you put a sub goal on? Something that I would want to see, not just, oh yay, I helped pay your taxes. And he said that this was insulting. So here's the whole clip.
You know what? I'm sorry, Lawler Mittens. What you just said is incredibly insulting to me. And even if you didn't admit it, he says, if you want me to donate, you have to make it worthwhile. Put some effort into what you're offering. Oh, you mean like the fact that for the last 10 years, I've sacrificed pretty much everything, including personal relationships, you know, health, and everything else in order to put out free content for you on a daily basis. The fact that every single day I stream around, you know, 10 plus hours, and I don't really get days off besides once a week to spend with Kat, and I don't take time away, and even when I'm sick, I tough through it. You mean that? You mean the over 50 to 60,000 videos that I've put out for free on the internet? The fact that I'm here every single day, and I'm one of the most dedicated guys doing this. You mean that? Is that what you mean? Because I can't go any further than that, you know? It's ridiculous when people say stupid shit like that. It's incredibly insulting. Oh, why don't you do something for it? Oh, because I don't, right? I don't do anything. Get the fuck out of here. Seriously, it's just such a insanely off-base, disrespectful comment to someone who's busted their ass as much as I have over the last decade. You know, seriously? That's just fucked up. Okay? So, thanks for nothing. Thanks for being insulting. That's the whole point I'm trying to make here, is that I've really busted my ass to be here for you guys and put out content.
Oh my god, I guess I'm just gonna end the fucking video with 4 Lip Jan clips. But this last one took place on Sunday, where I guess Phil was answering a question if he was working a job that paid $150,000 a year, would that help with his situation? And he said he would be more comfortable. So I guess even 150 grand a year isn't gonna dig him out of the hole that he's in. And at the same time too, he said that he wants it to be an easy job too. He doesn't want to work hard to make $150,000. Like, he wants it to be easy, like the entry-level office job he had back in Connecticut. So he only has to work 9 hours at most, and he can go home and have some free time. He doesn't want to make big fuck you money and have to work to earn the big fuck you money. And I guess supposedly in the clip, I'll play it after this, that he would still stream if he was making 150 grand. I highly doubt that, but you guys can let me know, and let's see this last clip.
That's incredibly more than what I'm making doing this for a living. Just being very honest with all of you without disclosing actually what I make, which would be horrible. That's way more money than what I make. That probably, if I made $150,000 a year, would probably free me up. That I probably have enough to pay taxes, pay all my bills, and everything. So if I could right now, this very moment, take a job that would pay me $150,000 a year, I would say yes. However, I would have to pair that with an if it's something that would not destroy my life. Like, if the job that's like 80 to 100 fucking work hours a week and I never see Cat and I'm always overworked and unhealthy because of the stress of the job, then it's probably not worth it. You see what I mean? What I would hope is that this would be a job where I could work it and then still have some free time, much like my previous office job. I would work 8, 9, 10-hour days, but then I would come home and I would be able to stream for a couple hours or play games for a couple hours a night and relax. That's the old days. That's how I used to do it from 2008 to 2010. Before I did this full time, that's exactly how I did. I worked my butt off at work, came home, and the playing of games was relaxing to me. It was my relaxation time after the job to unwind, okay? So, you know, that would be pretty cool, I think.
And guys, that does it for the week in DSP. Thank you for tuning in and bearing with me while my apartment was not livable for the weekend there. Very frustrating. Would have liked to have worked on this earlier. And I'm surprised we're actually coming up on past the 40-minute mark, I think. I thought I only have one page of notes, and I thought this was going to go, wasn't going to go as long. So, and I also hope that this is coming out on Monday night, my time, but we shall see. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I did upgrade the stream as I was talking about. We got a third monitor with HDMI in, so now we can stream Smash with no delay. We can stream Octopath, and I'm not going to get frustrated trying to, because you could play Octopath with a delay, but it's frustrating. And maybe more Tetris 99. And what other games come out this year? Pokemon? Yeah, I for sure am going to pick up Pokemon. So, restreaming schedule this week. I'm only planning on restreaming Phil Wednesday night. That's going to be Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Blackout. That's between my work schedule and everything else. It's the only stream I'll be able to hit this week. And I have a couple of other video ideas in the works besides just the cult video I keep hinting at. The other videos are going to be smaller projects, a little bit more focused in. So maybe I'll be able to throw out a couple extra videos and then upcoming month besides just the weekend DSP stuff. So hope to see you guys in the next restream. And if not, I will try to respond to your comments below if you guys have any questions or want to correct anything. And thank you for liking and subscribing, and we will see you guys next time. Take it easy.